So, hey guys, Chauzu here. Today we're going to try and maximize the chain with Rush Sanji. Ignore the queen there, like it's just a random queen. Anyway, basically you see me rush level 3. I just did some more YOLO multis on part 1. I just said F it, let's just whale it out. I have still a lot of fun saved for Zoro, so whatever. Anyway, Rush, as you see, can add a lot of extra chain. The thing is that chain it says it adds is just the base value. So if you're able to stack the chain growth, you can get even more chain from the Rush. We're also going to try and make use of Sanji's chain boundary, and we're also going to break that 40 times limit, which should be impossible, but there is a cheat unit in the game. If you didn't know, that cheat unit is Anniversary Legend Ace, and I've said it for a while, he's one of the most broken legends we've got, and I think you'll agree after this video. Basically, his super time is absolutely nuts. Not only do you only need to tap with 2 units, the entire chain is boosted by 1.5 times, and it's not just the future chain, like everything you've done so far gets an extra 1.75 times chain boost, and everything you will do from now on also gets 1.5 times chain boost. It's actually crazy. And you also get his unique chain mechanic to let the chain start even higher, as well as just a good chain boost in general. And this Sanji Ace actually is amazing together with the Sanji. Sorry is a great compliment here, but like he has 2 mechanics that you can have analyzed that adds to the chain. The chain multiplier boost, which is the 1.5 times buff here, as well as the increased chain growth rate, which makes every perfect give even more chain. Then if you really want to maximize chain, you run a final tapper that increases the chain, like Yamato for example, Kid Luffy, Robin, something. Yamato in this case doubles the chain. So if you have 20 times chain, you get 40 times chain, for example. But we're going to start to have some weave on really fun. I swear to God, this last week, like every time I have an idea, I go to YouTube, I see some concept post a video, and he's done the exact same thing. Like, props to him, but like, it's so many times, it's pretty funny. But yeah, I actually didn't realize that Sanji would affect the chain growth so much with the Rush. Toadski posted a link in the Discord, the OPTC subreddit Discord, from a JP player who used V1 Railing with Rush Sanji. I was like, whoa, that's insane. So in this video we're just going to explore the mechanics, but I'm definitely going to make some legit teams with chain captains as well as Rush Sanji, because if you don't know, I love that stuff. For these teams I'm using Kid Luffy stage 3, get his chain multiplier boost final stage, same as Anniversary Zoro. We use Ace stage 4, set up his unique buff for final stage, German support to give full board of tandem. I'm not using Sanji special here because chain boundary will cap us at 40 times chain. Ult is really great here since we have a fighter focused team. Not often you get that, but this team is fighter focused. But I forgot we only have 1 straw hat here, so we can't get the Rush. But funnily, without Rush and without final tap, we still hit the 99 times chain. But yeah, let's just see how the chain growth works here. I'm going to show every chain growth clip here in slow motion so you can keep up. So yeah, despite not having any Rush, we still start at 20 times chain. And you see that second hit just expands the chain by 1.5 times, since we do get the Railing buff there. And then basically all buffs together carrying, like the big buffs here are basically the chain multiplier boost from Kid Luffy and the increased chain growth rate from ulti. Those do the heavy lifting. They make it so every perfect you hit, you just gain more and more chain. Like normal chain buffs like chain boost that Ace gives us doesn't really affect too much. It just lets the chain start a little bit higher. Ace's unique chain buff doesn't really do much either. It just starts the chain a little bit higher. Like if you get to 99 times chain, starting the chain at 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. But it's still helpful for normal teams, but the big help from Ace in this team is really that unique buff. And As said, let's say we'd normally hit 60 times chain. As said, Ace just buffs all chain by 1.5 times all previous chain and future chain. So if you are able to get to 60 times chain, for example, you will end up at 90 times chain. That's such a broken mechanic. Ace is amazing, and I feel like Rush Sanji just makes him better. But this is basically the same team, but I just replaced ulti with Zoro. Zoro doesn't buff every unit here, and he lowers the HP a bit. But we're going to be able to compare like how much does the rush affect things, like will we hit the 99 times chain sooner? And as you see, the chain increases so much with every rush hit, like that's actually insane. So now after using the Super Tandem here, we will be at like 61. Without the rush, with ulti, we hit just above 50, so that's a huge change just from the rush. And we hit 99 times chain a lot earlier as well. So let's see that in slow motion. It's really a work of art, the rush here. Just check it out. We still start at 20, but then it just keeps going up like crazy. And if we just had more HP, it will be even better. And yeah, you see here we get the Kid Luffy into Ace. And as said, on the last team we hit 50 after Ace activated, now we hit over 60. And like, we're already at 99 times and we haven't even hit with both Rayleigh yet. So sadly caps at 99, otherwise it will have gone so high. And I want to remind you, these teams don't even use final tap. Like imagine no cap, we'd hit well above 200 chain if it was possible. Absolutely nuts. But anyway, let's end the video with a more standard team. Now I'm trying to optimize chain for like a normal captain. I still went with Sabo, which is like a half chain cap. Like, I know some people call Sabo a chain cap, but I refuse. Like, he gives more chain than a normal cap, but he's so far away from a legit chain captain. But he worked pretty decent here anyway, and we basically didn't need anything with the other 5. And the only thing I used Luffy for is to extend Sanji's chain, basically. That's everything he's here for. If I spent a bit more time, I could have probably hit a bit higher, optimizing it a bit, but I was pretty happy. Like, this at least shows how high can we go with normal units. And yeah, we're using Sanji now, get his chain boundary. We don't want to use him final stage because we get recovery orbs and we want tandem orbs for the super tandem. Then we use Kid Luffy super class, and this is only to extend the chain boundary, so we keep it for final stage. Sanji getting captain also means we can use his super class just to get that healing, to get a bit more HP. Sadly, as good as Zoro synergizes with Sanji on paper, it does do a small HP cut, which does lower our health a bit. But yeah, we set up for final stage, just consume some recovery orbs. And we easily get about the 10 times chain we need to maximize Ace's unique chain mechanic. And yeah, you're going to see some crazy chain here. I use Zoro to get his chain multiplier boost and the increased chain growth rate. We only have 3 spirits, every unit will increase the chain with Zoro's buffs. And I just use Yamato so we get access to Yamato's final tap. And yeah, start with Sanji, do the rush, and then we tap on Sabo to set up for Ace's super tandem. And as you see, it goes up more than you'd expect. We'll see better in slow motion, but that's because we have the chain growth buffs from Zoro, which makes every tap, even during the rush, get so much higher. And as you see, we end up above 48 times chain. And you might wonder how this is possible, but as I said before, Ace's super tandem just breaks the limit. It's like a cheat code for chain. Like, who cares if the limit is 40? We're going to do 1.5 times more chain. I don't care. But yeah, here we get in slow motion. Let's see how much Sanji adds every chain. It should be plus 0.1. But as you see, it's well above plus 0.2. And this is only because of Soros buffs. And basically it's also even higher because Ace will retroactively buff that by 1.5 times. We're talking about plus 0.3 basically instead of plus 0.1. So Rush is actually super sick. And once you have the little fire rush, you can hit 10 times. You add so much chain from the rush as well as the rush attack boost, which stacks with super tandem, by the way. Rush is pretty amazing. I wish I could have maxed out my Sanji, but I got a bit shafted. I ended up getting 3 copies at least. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this showcase. I will definitely be having more fun with Sanji the coming weeks. Maybe when we get Zoro, we'll see. Maybe he's a perfect complement as well. Who knows? But yeah, we broke the limit at least. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.